I'd be a great boyfriend. I think out of all my friends, I'm the best boyfriend.
No way.
I think it's clear. Like, it's clearly me. I'm better than him. He's a piece of shit.
It's blooming.
Hey, is this thing on?
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Are We Recording? And today we're here with a special mukbang edition with Katie.
Hello.
Katie's first time on the podcast, and you might remember her from Blind Dating. Anything you want to say about that video? I guess kind of just the start, because I feel like
that's your claim to fame now.
My claim to fame was a blind dating.
Or at least
it was fun. It was a cool setup that you guys did too. But yeah, I knew a lot of the people on it. But I had a good time, and watching it back, it was really funny. So yeah. I would say 10 out of 10 for sure.
Yes.
It was a good experience.
And for those audience members that say, "Oh, Ethan Gage, you guys don't get women on the podcast. Oh, Ethan and Gage, you don't support women."
We did it.
So what now? What now?
Come on.
You can't tell us anything now.
We're here.
I told y'all we were feminists.
Well, Katie, again, thank you so much for joining the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
For cooking these chicken nuggets and French fries for us.
All homemade right here. The special recipe.
I know you made the sauce and everything too.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
I even put it in the little packaging. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just had some spare ones lying
Yeah,
around.
just
support
lying
my
around the
small
house.
local business.
She's supporting black businesses.
Oh yeah.
Way to go, Katie.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, I guess let's kind of start with how we met you at Texas State and some of the stuff that you've been doing on campus. Obviously, we see Ethan wearing that Texas State Sirens sweatshirt. Very, very
why
cool,
don't you
by
tell
the
us
way.
what Texas State Sirens is?
Okay, yeah. So Texas State Sirens is a woman empowerment organization. My friends and I started in fall of 2021. So it is our second semester. And it's been going pretty well. Our first semester we had about 120 girls. Now we have about just short of 100, I think about 95, 96. But yeah, we do a lot of community service, do more workshop type of meetings, have special guests come in. It's been pretty good. And then we have fun little events too for our members to hang out and get along.
I heard special guests.
Special guests. More female-led speakers.
Nah,
We
haven't
haven't had any men come in, but maybe one day. But yeah.
That's one thing you gotta promise us. The day you have men come in and be speakers for y'all, we gotta be the first ones. Our recording gotta be the first male guest speakers there.
Oh, for sure. What would you guys talk about?
I feel like just our contributions to women in society.
brother.
I feel like just going down that long list.
Yeah.
I feel like that.
The biggest feminist I know, for sure.
See?
Mm-hmm.
I told y'all I support women. Nobody believes me. See?
But you also asked how I met you guys and everything, too.
Yeah, so I guess...
Yeah, I met Ethan in our living learning community our freshman year.
It was today.
No. We didn't.
She said
Stop telling people that.
No. Yeah, but we met freshman year, and we've been friends for about 3 years, and then I met you through Ethan. I guess we met... Well, actually, I didn't really meet you through Ethan. I just applied for KTSW, the radio station at school, and you were the sports director.
But then
I didn't do anything, but it was a good time.
I think Ethan told me, he was like, "Oh, my friend Katie's applying."
Really?
And I was like, "Yeah."
Really?
I think that's how we kind of started becoming friends when I started hanging out with you.
There was this other guy that applied, and he didn't even get an interview with you, and he was so pissed that I got into the department, and he didn't even get an interview. He's like, "You don't even know anything about sports," and he was just like ripping me a new one.
So
I'm
weird.
like, oh.
I remember
sorry.
interviewing everybody that year, but
he might have just messed up on his application, but he said he applied, and he was like.
I can't understand how people would mess up on those KTSW applications.
I wonder who
didn't apply again. And
I wonder
missed
who
out.
forgot to reapply for KTSW.
Yeah.
Oh darn.
Hey, but we talk about me and Ethan being legends at KTSW. Let's talk about what the fuck Katie has done. Every single time I go to one of the staff meetings, like since she's been on staff, she always comes out of one of those all staff meetings with a champion of the month. Always. I think she has like 15 racked up, like just straight consecutive, like Kareem. And I'm talking like elite numbers.
I think I've had 5 or 6, which has been.
That's 5 or 6. That's 5 or 6 more than I forgot.
Have you guys ever gotten it before?
I've gotten it once.
You did?
It was my first semester.
I remember Gage got the first semester, and then the second semester, I was like, I got this in the fucking bag. And then COVID happened. They never gave him out for that semester. I was like,
oh, bro, you were so gonna get it because you were helping Catherine in the music department. Too. Shout out Catherine. I don't know if she watches this. But
yeah, she probably does. We were gonna assume she does.
She probably does.
Yeah. But I just remember not never getting one. And then Gage keeps telling me like every other month you get one. I'm like, how does Katie be getting these shits? Because I be asking Katie what she does at KTW. She goes, That's usually her response.
I don't say that. I don't do as much as I used to. We just have a small department.
Yeah.
And, we go on rotation, I guess, at this point. But the first semester I joined, there was a decent amount of people in the department. And I was the first one to get it. So that was pretty cool. And then now we only have like 5 to 6 people in the department. So it's kind of just like a rotation. But
that's not the way
I have gotten it. It's been cool. Yeah, I like KTSW, but...
So by joining KTSW, is there a lot of things that you've, like, taken KTSW into Texas State Sirens? Because I know with me and Gage, a lot of the stuff we learned at Texas State and at KTSW, we've kind of taken it here in our recording and kind of expounded on that. I wonder if you kind of did the same thing with Sirens. Especially with the community relations aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. Not as much with Sirens, but a lot with my job that I have. I think the main reason I got my job was because I had experience with KTSW. But just a little preface, I do local store marketing for a taco company called Torchy's Tacos in our college town. So when I had my interview, I didn't even interview for marketing. I interviewed to be either cashier or bartender inside the store.
Yeah.
But my manager that was interviewing me at the time, he was just asking me what I was involved in, what I did. I told him a lot of the community relations stuff I did and how I interview local businesses and organizations in San Marcos all the time. And he just kind of loved that I was always talking to strangers. I was really connected with the community. I was really just open and comfortable being myself and going out there, I guess.
Yeah.
And then my job is pretty similar what I do to the radio station. I just have to sell a product on top of it. And I do more event planning and stuff too, because I do like profit shares and have live music at Torchy's and whatnot. But yeah, it definitely related with that. And it has a little bit with Sirens when we plan some more, I guess I would say more just like food drives and just like we donate to the women's shelter, just things like that. I just have had like previous connections where our event planner, I'll give them the contact info, but I don't do any event planning or community outreach for Sirens, but I've helped give those connections, if that makes sense.
I hear that.
But yeah.
But I think that's really dope because for those who are listening, like they might think Texas State Sirens is like necessarily like a sorority or a frat, and that's not what it is. That's very much not what it is. And so whenever you were first starting this org, like what did you have to do to like differentiate from that lane of clubs and organizations? Because when people hear, a women's org at a college, the first thing they think of, it's just a sorority.
Mm-hmm. Like, sorority, yeah.
Like it's a sorority that with the facade of, we care about helping the community and helping other people, but in reality you don't. But that's not the same with y'all.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, for sure. I don't know necessarily what people do at chapter meetings and sororities, but with us, a big thing we do at meetings is doing little workshops, having those smaller breakout sections, talking about those topics that are hard to talk about and can be taboo, but it's things that people always experience: mental health, body issues, just all sorts of different things, and just give girls a safe space and be like, hey, it's okay. And, everyone on the officer board that has started the org is a little bit older, so we kind of have a little bit of a big sister mentality. Like, we've gone through and experienced so many things that are like uncomfortable that you're experiencing, and like we want you to know that you can always come to us judgment free and always have a group to confide in. And I think a lot of people that we have come and talk like in our meetings, they are really beneficial too. They are people that are older, more well educated, experienced in things, and they can talk and kind of give, I don't know, they're just awesome. I don't really know what else to say, but it gives a lot of reassurance. It gives a lot of hope. And you're like, wow, like they started here and now they're there. Like I could do that too. So I think a big thing is what we do at our meetings. But then we do have aspects of like And
like
the
the river
sorority,
cleanup y'all just did.
Yeah, like with our like the sorority aspect of like date parties and stuff, we don't have like crazy like semis or whatever it is, things like that. It's more things of just members where they can bond and hang out.
Yeah.
So it's nothing of those
Magnitude.
crazy, date parties. And then we do a decent amount of community service. We did a river cleanup. We did Bobcat Build, which is going into the community of San Marcos and helping people on different tasks. So
Y'all did a blanket donation too, I think.
oh
right?
yeah, we've done a blanket
Y'all done a bunch of
donation.
stuff.
We made blankets for the women's shelter. We've done a food drive for the San Marcos food bank.
that's what I'm saying.
This is
Yeah.
such like the dope stuff that I think our friend group does, because even though Sirens is kind of in a different lane than our recording and the videos and stuff we make, I think it's very much in the same like creator mold. Is that like we all in a way like we want to make something that's our own, and I kind of put you in the same like group as I would put me and Gage and Xavier in the fact that like we might not want to do creatives, like we don't want to do you might not necessarily want to do podcasts or videos, but you want to do help the community. I want to build this organization. I want to take more of a leadership like direct approach to what we do and that, and I think that's something really dope because you don't really like, I'm being sincere in this, like you don't really see people do this often. You know what I mean?
And
This is the nicest Ethan has ever been.
Stop.
I
I was about to say it. I was about to say it. It's all because the
I
camera's
really
on.
do appreciate that. That was super sweet. No, I
Yeah.
love that.
Well, I mean,
And shout out to, because
Yeah.
it's not just you, all the other girls that take a part of it. Like, you guys are
No,
dope.
it's not just me.
It's not just
Like,
you.
I just do the marketing. I do all the social media marketing, run the socials. I do all the merchandise. I made this, which is kind of cool. But yeah, no, it's a collaborative effort for sure. We always help each other. Like how you were even saying, has community relations with KTSW helped me? There's so many connections where I'll be like, hey, you should talk to this person. We all help each other in different ways. There are some designs I've made on merchandise items that are so ugly, and I'm like, I need people's feedback. I need help with this.
And I like
So
how
it's not just me. Like I give credit to everyone, and we wouldn't be anywhere if we didn't have people or each other, but also the girls that joined and believed in us. Like they gave us a chance. It's been awesome.
Especially because like you only get one shot to do college. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the fact that they trust you guys. They put their
which is so crazy.
And like you think of it and you're like, oh, that's a lot of pressure, like to help out like with their college experience.
Yeah.
But then again,
because sometimes some people will come and meet me. They're like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I always say, my door is always open. If you ever need to talk to me. Sometimes I'll meet with girls, just get coffee. And they'll talk to me about really, serious stuff. And, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a professional. All I could do is just honestly be there for them. Sometimes it's better just to, instead of saying stuff, it's just know that you have their support. Sometimes people aren't looking for advice. They just need to vent. And I've learned that a lot too, because I used to be such a problem solver, and sometimes you just can't solve people's problems.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, you're going through this. I know resources and I can help you, guide you in the right direction.
Yeah.
And if it's something that I can help with personally, if they're asking for my advice, I'm going to give that. I'm going to help them as best as I can. But it has been a really good learning curve, just learning how to deal with people's emotions, deal with a large mass of people. It helped me with my public speaking a lot. I'm a very extroverted person, but I used to stutter really bad during presentations, and now I could just go into meetings and be like, hey guys, like you like the new crew neck? So it's been nice, but I've learned a lot. It's been a really great experience.
I also admire the fact that like you're able to, like you and the other group of girls, like at the time, now it's prior, you were saying you just had elections, and so the leadership like group is gonna grow, but just in general, like the original like core like 7 members, like the fact
Five of us, and we ran with 120 people.
That's what I'm saying.
That was crazy.
Me and Gage already have hard enough time trying to get Jalen, Travis, Ace, and all the guys to come over and record a skit. Like I can only imagine you have to schedule like a meeting every single week, and you have these big events that they have to be there. Like I would pull my hair out if I had to do that with these guys.
Oh, yeah. No, that's why always open communication is the biggest thing. We're like, okay, we need to meet. We set times every week. Even if we don't have meetings that week, we need to plan, because first semester, I feel like we did a good job, but there was a lot of growing pains for sure. It was our first semester, so some things we did the last minute, but I will give ourselves credit. I think we pulled it off pretty well, but some things were just scrambling. Like we're like, oh my god, we don't even have a meeting topic. What's going on? So, yeah, trust me. It takes a while, so don't. And also, friends are different. This is an org because trying to plan 5 of my girlfriends to go out is a nightmare. Everyone shows up at a different time. Everyone doesn't know what to wear, like, myself included. Sometimes I'm that one that I'm like, I can't go.
But I feel like we can sympathize with that pretty well because I feel like with the first season of the podcast, you know, we were still trying to figure things out. We didn't really know where this was going to go and where we wanted to take this creatively. But since then, we've just like kind of been like, we just want to be a brand we're us. We want to be who we are and involve our friends. So
and be purposeful too, because I feel like a lot of it in season 1, I think people, while they're watching these 4 or 5 new episodes of season 2 that we all have out right now, if you want to watch more, description. But like just the fact that like I think we're more purposeful than we were in season 1. I think in season 1 we were kind of just like, let's see if we can get everyone on, as much people as we can on. Let's put a mic in their faces, get content, and it was cool. But then like towards the later episodes, you could see like it didn't have the same energy as we did the earlier episodes because we were doing it every single week or every other week at the time and recording ahead, and it was just like like we were just so exhausted, like we had talked our heads off. Yeah,
and you know besides like the single time that we had tried, you know, the blindfold episode with Dev, we didn't really do anything like what we're doing right now and try different things. And Katie, this is the first time you're on the podcast. We tried to even get you on season 1. Yeah, but you're a busy girl.
No, it's not that I didn't want to, and I just want to say that I am really proud of you guys. Always staying true to yourselves, and I have watched episodes. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen every episode, but I've seen a lot of them, and you guys have grown a lot. And
that's more than
I really just want to congratulate your success and cheer you guys on for the future. I'll always be one of your biggest fans. I love y'all both. So I'm just really excited for you guys, and this is just anything creative. I love that you guys have this creative outlet and it can take off really far. And if you guys are just true and authentic, I think you guys are going to do great things.
I appreciate that because I agree.
so nice.
Because I agree with that too. Because a lot of like you see a lot of people trying to get into this content space, and not saying that me and Gage are vets, even though I truly believe we're better than everybody else. I mean that in my heart of hearts. I really think we make better videos than everybody else. But it's just the fact that like. I agree. I think if we stay true to what we want to do, not necessarily ourselves, because ourselves is always changing. Yeah. But we stay true to like what we want to do. Yeah. And don't compromise that. I feel like the sky's the limit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Really? I think us like really like just getting better at like if you follow us on Instagram and TikTok, which you should, because we post new videos every other day, and they're really good. I'm getting better at using them. It's just like
see the production value grows too. So like that's the growth part of it, and I think that's like KTSW has done a great job of helping us like you know just get those basic skills, and then from there. I think all of us have had to let's take a step aside from it and let's find a way to improve upon it on our own.
Yeah, that's what I love about KTSW too, because before, like I even said, I was horrible at presenting, even just with jobs and stuff too. You know when you have that customer service voice? I had that so bad when I used to serve. I'd be like, hi, can I help you? And I'd be so nervous. Even talking to professors, I'd be like that. With my friends, I could talk all day, but to older people that I really respected or just at my job, I just didn't talk authentically. And that, like, just talking to people all the time at the radio station really helped me. I was like, I'm 19 and I'm interviewing a 35-year-old. This is crazy. And, like, we both mutually respect each other. Obviously, they were doing, like, more upscale things than me, but I was like, you have a title, I have a title type of thing. It was cool. And I mean, I didn't do much with sports, but I got to go on Bobcat Radio a couple times, learn with production equipment. I had a lot of great experiences with it. I mean, I'm still in it, but it's continuing to grow.
Okay, yeah, I get that. But I think it's just one of those things where I think KTSW, like, it's just cool that it's just kind of cool like to look back like in 5 years that you're gonna be like, wow, like all of us were kind of like all at the same place, all at the same time.
Little babies.
Yeah, and you're gonna see like it's not just that like they all went and did all these different things. It's that like they went and did it together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which I think is like one of the coolest things ever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And I feel like these are connections that we're gonna have. Like, you know, I think with graduation, like my graduation coming up, and a lot of just life moving forward, we're moving away, but we're still finding a way to like make shit happen and connect and stay, doing what we want to do. So our recording is still going to keep going.
Yeah.
Once Ethan's in Dallas, I'm in San Antonio.
Are you guys going to do it on Zoom?
I mean, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
If I have to drive up to Dallas or he has to drive, I'm not going to make him drive up to drive down to San Antonio. I mean,
you
why
can
not?
fly.
Why not?
You can fly to San Antonio. You can.
I don't know.
Katie,
I've never flown everywhere in my life.
Why don't you come to San Antonio and come hang out with me and Katie?
I come down to San Antonio all the time.
Come on.
No, you do not.
No, you don't.
Like, but it's one of those things where it's like, I agree with you, bro. Like, this is gonna really take off, and I'm just so excited to do this. And now that we kind of got all the mushy stuff together, I feel like we should play a fun game to transition us, because I have been dying. For those who don't know, I beg my friends to let me see their phones all day, especially their DMs. Like, I find it hilarious, especially my women friends, like the way, like, because I only see it from like my perspective as a guy, like what my DMs are, like, you know what I mean? They're very, very, very tame, unless it's the messages I'm sending out. You know what I mean? Because I be getting crazy.
Oh no!
I be letting things fly. but I'm just saying. But hearing like horror stories from like other, like Katie and other my female friends is actually like, of course I feel bad, like, oh no, like that's really gross. But
you should feel bad.
Yeah. But then part of me is like, that is fucking hilarious. Like every single day somebody just says something wild to them. So I feel like it's time for you to show us your DMs.
Like on Instagram or?
Well, before we shooting, I asked you to pick some of your favorite DMs.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like now that we have our first solo female guest.
Yeah.
Second guest overall. Shout out Grace. Like hearing these, like I feel like this is a perfect time to talk DM etiquette. Because I love talking DMs with my friends. Like I love finding different ways to make people laugh with DMs. I feel like a lot of our friends need help.
Yeah. And
by a lot of our friends, I mean Travis. Travis, you need help in the DMs.
Hey,
poor guy.
No, hold on. We gotta stand up for Travis, because I will stand up for Travis, because I gotta admit, I do not know how to shoot my shot in the DMs. So Katie, I'm glad you're here today, so you can try to teach me and tell me what girls want to see.
Just don't be super persistent if they don't answer.
Okay.
That is a big no-no. I don't get a lot of creepy messages, but I get a lot of persistent guys in my DMs. Where it'll be like, they'll swipe up on my story, be like, hey, found you this way or whatever, and they'll like call me pretty. I'll be like, oh, thanks, like if I answer. And then they're just like, you want to go on a date? You want to go to dinner tonight? And then they like slide up to my story, and it's like, I'm not answering because I'm not interested. If they don't answer after like the third time, they're not interested.
I got you. So
the over persistency, if they wanted to, they would. And I don't like ghosting people, and it's like obviously not a nice thing to do, and I don't recommend people to do that. But with someone I literally don't know, and I send like, oh, thanks, after they call me pretty, and then they like aggressively text me, and then they're like, you don't answer me. I'm like, I don't owe you anything. I don't know you. So I don't feel bad about that.
Okay.
I'm still sometimes like,
So what would you say is the three biggest keys, right, for success, right? Don't be too persistent.
Don't be too persistent. I would say be complimentary. Is that the right word?
Complimentary?
Okay.
I can't. Words are hard. Words are hard. Be complimentary.
Okay.
I don't know if compliment them, but in a way, it's so easy for guys to be creepy, especially with text, because you can't interpret tone.
Yeah.
So if you could just try, make it genuine, and I wouldn't go overly sexual. Personally, I don't like that. I'd rather them give me a nicer, more sincere compliment.
I get that.
So I would say, don't be too pushy.
Okay.
Don't be too sexual from the get-go.
Especially if you're not good looking. If you're not good looking, pack that shit up. Don't be asking to be a bottom feeder and all this stuff. Not all of y'all are me, man. Y'all can't be getting this stuff off like I'll be getting it off.
Oh my god.
You were saying some wild.
And then what's the third thing?
I would say third, maybe it's hard to interpret, but too short of an answer or too long of an answer is both bad. So you have to have it in a happy medium.
So have a Goldilocks length of sex.
Have it as you're talking to I mean, I was gonna say, like, have it as you're talking to one of your girlfriends on text, like if we were texting, but sometimes,
I be saying
like,
Yeah,
you do. You said we were text, so I was like, maybe not.
I sent Katie.
I said, like, honestly, be a little witty. Sometimes if people, honestly, hey doesn't work unless you're hot. Like, you have to say something that's gonna, and it's like, I'm not the best to answer this question because I don't slide into people's DMs, so.
But people slide into your DMs.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna, like, unless the guy is like a 10 out of 10 and he just says, hey, I'm not gonna engage, you know? So, I don't know. So you have to say something, or it doesn't have to be something super creative. It doesn't have to be a great pickup line, but it could just be something that you notice, like,
I really think also too, corny pickup lines do not they don't work if you're not good looking.
Yeah,
like they do not work. So don't try.
I hate. That's what I always get. Like, I don't go on Tinder anymore, but I used to a lot during quarantine because like we had nothing else to do.
Quarantine was horny.
And that's a lot of the ones I screenshotted because most of the ones I get now is just like, hey gorgeous, hey beautiful. No one's ever like, oh you're so like sexy and hot. Like I don't post scandalous stuff, so
no.
I don't get a lot of like, but I'll get a lot of creepy like persistent ones, and I get all the dad joke corny ones. I'm like, those aren't gonna be fun to like share on the pod.
Yeah,
like I have to. Because
like, I remember during quarantine, I used to be putting 9 to 5 shifts in.
Oh my god,
going crazy.
I've never met anyone from Tinder, but I used to just like go to like see who's in the area. Like I got it when I went to college.
Like Hot Mills 5 miles away.
No, I got it when I went to college just to see who was in the area.
I think I need to do a disclaimer here. Mom, I'm sorry. You know that red laptop not freshman year, like end of elementary school. You know the reason why it didn't work? It's because of me. My fault, Mom. I hit one of those.
You hit one of the links.
I hit one of the. Are you
find local mills?
Local mills that want to hang out. I clicked one of those links and there went my mom's laptop. I remember she came home from work that one day and was like, bro, because it was the personal computer for the house.
Oh no.
And now she's like, why does it work no more? And I was like, I don't know. I think it's dead. I think the battery's dead.
We're
gonna have to clip this.
My mom, I hope she don't watch this, bro. She gonna make me pay for it. Because to this day, her and my pops keep trying to turn that laptop on. I don't have the heart to tell them.
Are you gonna clip this?
I don't know. I don't have the heart to tell them, like, Mom, Dad, she's never turning back on again.
Oh man, that's funny.
All right, so let's read some of the DMs. I think we should do some role playing.
Okay,
so you want to be Katie or can I be Katie?
A lot of them it's ones I don't even answer to.
Okay.
That's why I screenshot.
Can we see this one? This one?
Yeah, so this is one I screenshot.
We're gonna put them on the screen. All these DMs we're gonna put on the screen.
It says, it sounds like you really like to travel, but do you have a map because I keep getting lost in your blue eyes? And then he like answers back.
To be fair, that line isn't awful. It's not awful.
I get a lot about my eyes, which I don't even like the color of my eyes, but
you have nice eyes, so I get why you would say.
I have like gray eyes.
Okay, so what would you want a guy to compliment you about then?
I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just like I don't.
Is it true that it's like the tiny things? Like if they notice something little?
I feel like if people compliment on your sense of style, that's like always like a solid compliment because you're not complimenting on your looks and you're not
sexualizing them.
And you're not sexualizing them. Like, I really love your style. I feel like that's such a great compliment. I don't mind when people compliment my eyes. I think a smile, like when people say like, oh, you have such a nice smile, that's like a good compliment too. Eyes and smile are usually probably the best. And then some people have blonde fetishes and they're like, your blonde hair. And I'm like, oh, no. But yeah, so I don't answer to him. And then he replies back 3 days later. He's like, and he puts an up air and he's like, admittedly, that like, or he said, that line was fucking trash. LOL. What are you up to, beautiful? And then I don't answer again. Then he responds back a month later. He says, look, I get it. We accidentally matched. It was drunk one night. You were probably high, but I promise, if you give me a chance, and I'm not saying we're gonna be fuck buddies 1,000 miles apart, but I'm down to connect to feel. Would that be so bad?
Oh, like see that's Katie's first key, man. Don't persist in
that. Because I'm not answering because I'm not interested.
And dude, at some point, if she's not answering, just give it up. Just don't. Just stop.
It's no shame,
It's no shame.
Yeah.
Take the L. It's not even an L. It's not even an L. It's just a missed shot.
The ones I screenshotted were from Tinder, but I can go into Instagram because some of them on Instagram I have replied to. Like if they say like, oh, like I like this in your story, then I'm like, oh, thanks, and then it's just like spam, spam, spam. So we could do role play for those.
Ooh.
But another one I got from this guy named Cody said, I could have called heaven and asked for an angel, but I was hoping you're a slut instead.
Wow.
What
That took a turn.
He said
That
a
is-
slut?
He took a turn. I was not expecting that to be the ending of that.
I read
Oh
that
my-
and I was like, what the fuck?
That's horrible.
This one
fuck
was,
with it.
he said, hey cutie, if I was a giraffe and you were a giraffe, I would slap my neck against 1,000 other giraffes to establish dominance in the herd and make you my majestic giraffe queen.
I feel like he overthought that.
Yeah.
I think he did too. I think he
got
thought it
lost
would be
in-
funny. And
think
he's
he
like,
got-
oh, she's gonna laugh and think this is so quirky.
Why
and
do
I
you
was
know
like,
all that giraffe anatomy? Like,
Yeah,
or, I mean,
yeah.
like all the.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a
do they
bio
do
major.
that?
Maybe
Yeah.
he's a bio-
Maybe he
Yeah.
is. Do you ever look at the profile or do you just look at the messages? Like when you're
I
swiping,
just look at the
you
messages.
just look at the pictures?
Oh.
Or do you look at like the actual...
Oh, I look at the messages, yeah. I don't really go on Tinder, and if I use a dating app, I'd go on Bumble because you can put more stuff about
Yeah.
you.
I heard Bumble. I heard the other day that girls respond on Bumble.
Yeah, girls have to text the guys first.
Ooh.
And that's
Well,
like
I'm
no harm, no
intrigued.
foul like type of thing too. Like
Yeah.
after, if a girl like swipes and matches with a guy, you have to message them within 24 hours or it expires.
Yeah,
I
but the
agree.
guy can
Yeah.
extend the match.
Oh, Ethan might have to.
I've had that happen before, and I'm like honored. Okay. This one was during quarantine. It says, I was really hating quarantine until I matched with you, but the worst thing now is that I have to be inside my house instead of inside of you.
Wow. Wow. He. I'm not gonna lie.
That was bold, but
That-
okay,
that's
honestly,
a triple
hold
to
on.
me,
That
like, that's
actually
a-
might not be horrible. Actually,
I don't think that's the worst one.
yeah,
I think
that's
the slut- I think the
definitely
slut-
not the worst one.
I think the slut one was.
I think that was no. In my opinion, this one's like clever. It's kind of dirty, and you're on Tinder,
It's
so
kinda
it kind of
funny.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and quarantine, so you know.
Like,
a couple
I just
times
go,
he was on.
again, I've never met anyone on Tinder, so if I get, like, a more sexual one, I'm like, I know what place I'm
Yeah.
at. I'm not like, oh my god, these men, like, okay.
You know where you're at.
You know,
Like,
you
I
know what
know.
time it is.
Like you go to a
Yeah.
club and you get hit on, you're like, I know where I'm at. Like this makes sense.
Like, I'm like, how dare you?
hitting on me. Like
No, yeah. I mean, like, if you take it too far, then
Yeah,
obviously that's
yeah.
not okay. But
Yeah.
this one was funny because I put that I'm like from like Chicago, and it said it's funny that you are from Chicago because I'm really trying to flick your bean.
That's actually clever. And what's your name? Jeremy, man, 10 out of 10 stars. You would have and you would have pulled me, man. Hey, Jeremy, you would have pulled me with that line.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Hold up.
That is a fantastic
we're
one.
probably gonna have to cover all the names for the guys.
Nah, they can
I don't
kick
feel like
rocks.
that one's not
They
a
can
good
kick
one.
rocks.
Hold up.
Those are so good. And the funny thing is, like, I see how different, like, Tinder and stuff, like, texts are than seeing it at the bar. Because here in
Okay.
San Marcos, we have the square. And if those who've been in the square, you've probably seen Katie belligerently drunk at some point out there on
I'm
the square.
freshly 21,
So-
but I have
Said
gone in.
belligerently drunk.
I wasn't even on my birthday. X was there on my birthday, and he's right behind the camera.
But-
I wasn't belligerent
but-
on my birthday. Was I?
X, can you verify the record for
He's trying to be really quiet, but X, go ahead. Go ahead.
tell the people.
Yeah, you can tell the
confirm-
people.
Confirm it.
And
deny.
you can also
Yeah.
plug in the charger.
Yeah.
Move the camera a little bit. We're fine. So X,
Katie
was Katie
belligerent and drunk.
No,
belligerently
it's not.
drunk?
Oh, wait, no, I gotta get on camera. The amount of dudes that were pressing Katie up at the bar when she was drinking and they walked by and they saw her little 21 tiara, this is disgusting. I see y'all. Stop it.
Yeah. Just because she got a 21 tiara on does not mean that's
Where?
consent.
What do you mean?
Dude, like, you know how when you case a girl from the other side of the bar, you're like, oh, she's achievable. They were like, it's her birthday. She might talk to me. Now I can see the confidence in their eyes. They were like, they're looking at you and it was like making sure there were no dudes around you as soon as Tamina
Well,
walked
because
out.
they have the best pickup line to have an in. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
I
easiest
feel like
pickup.
that's pretty fair.
That's the easiest pickup line.
Because like.
But guys don't wear tiaras on their birthday, so how am I
Speak
supposed
for
to know
your
when it's
fucking
theirs?
self. I'm wearing one of mine.
You want mine?
I'm gonna get busy on the square. I'm gonna get busy.
I cannot wait.
Or a sash or
Okay.
something, bro. Oh, go.
You can-
Just go in a toga.
This has been going on
The butt
since
ass?
August. Ooh, shoot.
I think that's a felony.
Wait, what did I do? You
How'd you
turn
get
off. I turned on
How'd you
vanish
get
mode.
caught?
Your messages will disappear when you close the chat. What did I do? Oh, you swipe. I
Yeah.
didn't know Instagram
Yeah.
does that.
Yeah.
Oh my
They
god,
can
people
be
are
re-
so
that's
people are
sneaky.
so sneaky.
That's sneaky shit.
Of course,
Hey,
Instagram would make that feature so more
man,
couples lie about cheating.
Instagram is helping cheaters out there. So if you're a cheater,
Don't
man,
condone that.
No, but
Wow.
bro, hold on. But Katie, we've known this. This is a thing that Snapchat's been doing this for years.
I
Snapchat's
don't know
been
about this. I have
condoning
nothing
cheating
to
for
hide.
years.
Think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Snapchat helped us at first with the disappearing message.
Yeah.
Then
Everyone got the idea. Everyone was like, aha!
No, not even that. Then Apple CarPlay got us in trouble too. Because Apple CarPlay, it'll run off all your most recent messages and spit them out like Siri. That'll get you caught up. But this vanishing run right here, this is a game changer. I didn't even know this existed.
Bro, don't condone cheating. I didn't even know. See, I'm so innocent with this. I was like,
yeah.
what is this?
Hey, here at our recording, we don't condone cheating. Because get ready, because black men don't cheat.
Oh, this is you and your stupid fucking ringtone.
I thought I
We've
got
been
a
trying
good
to tell
one.
you
I
to
thought I
change your
got
ringtone forever.
No, I'm not. Travis paid me $3.
It's going down for real.
Oh yeah, that's what I paid. Like Travis said, he's gonna give me money to change my ringtone. I don't know if I'm ready to retire my ringtone yet. What could it be though? I'm thinking I want to make it the new sound I got from that one meme with Rick Ross. But it's like I'm gonna eat it.
Or you can do the guy.
Why do you want to make your ringtone so repulsive? Like every time.
Because I feel like with ringtones, they're a great conversation starter.
No, it really is.
Like my ringtone comes in clutch. Like when I'm with an associate. And like my phone goes off and she's like, "Is that really a ringtone? Like, are you in middle school?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like I'm quirky."
No,
I'm quirky.
no, mine for the longest time was like the duck quacking one. It'd be so funny. It's just be like in my back pocket. I'm just like talking to someone like, yeah, and then just be like quack, quack, quack,
Okay.
quack. That one
Hold
was
on.
fun to
Hold on.
have, but it was obnoxious. I was like, I can't have this. I just have the basic one.
So, are you guys the proponent of making songs your ringtone still, or no?
One of my friends says that like Hotline Bling remix is like her ringtone. It's kind of fun. It's a little outdated, but it's cute.
I need to change
Yeah.
my voicemail block because mine is.
Oh yeah, it's
me.
It's him, but it's when he was like really little. I hear it. He goes, "Hi, it's Ethan Hamilton. I can't come to the phone right now."
No, I called you.
I need to change it because now that I'm getting all these business outfits, I can't be having.
It was the day after I finished Bobcat
Dude, I
Build
can't
and
believe-
community service, and you guys were at school, and we were about to jump the river because we were so like hot and sweaty from like being outside all day.
Yeah.
And I'm calling you, and I like hear your voicemail, and I'm like, what the hell? And then everyone was like, why are you laughing? And I'm like, I need to recall him, and I'm putting on speaker, and I called you, and I literally thought it was a woman like talking. You're
Yeah,
like,
that's me from,
you're
like-
hi, it's Ethan. I was like,
I
we were
don't
all
know
just
what
like, what?
I don't know how to change it. I
I have no clue.
I don't know either.
I don't have a voice. Like, I
I
have a
don't think
voicemail,
I've
but it's
ever-
just like at the
But I
tone
want to
type
change
of
it to
one.
like how they
Yeah.
had it in the 2000s, where you let like a whole half a song play. Like you'd have like promiscuous girl, whatever you are, and it'll fade out and be like, "Hey, it's Ethan Hamilton here on the phone. You just missed me. You gonna have to catch me later. I'll talk to you later." Man.
Kisses.
Kisses. I feel like that's hard. I want that as my. I'm gonna make that if I do.
Smooch.
I smooch it. I feel like y'all would kill me if that was my new voicemail box.
Yeah, I mean it's better than what you have now.
Your voicemail is so funny.
It's so funny.
I genuinely did. That was like pre-puberty, Ethan, like for sure.
Oh, that was that was
really-
Like I guess you were like what 7, 8, like.
No, yeah, I was like at least at middle school. Like,
Hey,
at least middle school.
But you're not the only one. A bunch of my friends I call,
Yeah,
if they go to if it goes to voicemail, they still have very outdated voicemail.
Mine's the best.
I'm
one,
so
right?
thankful I never had a
Yeah, me
voicemail.
neither.
I never did.
You gotta have one. I think voicemails are cool. Voicemails are cool.
I want to do one of those funny.
Voicemails are cool.
I want to do one of those funny voicemails with somebody like, you know, like, "Oh, I'm not at the phone right now," and then like pass it else to someone, and then they'll say something like something from a sitcom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Exo's
saying.
what I'm
This would be
talking
cool.
about. Right.
Like,
Yeah. Paige just is so misleading. I hate those ones where you think that someone's answering
Oh,
the phone.
yeah, she goes, "Hello?"
Paige is like, hello? And then I'm just
Hey.
like, Paige! And she's like, this is my voicemail. And I was like, screw you, Paige! Like, I'm so pissed. Every time I call Paige and it goes to voicemail, because somebody's just like, hello?
My cousin did
And I'm
that.
like, oh. It gets me every time, too. I've known Paige for 2 years. No, 3 years. Every time I call her and she doesn't answer, I'm still always like,
Oh, that shit pissed me
I
off
know. Oh, God.
too. You're like,
That
"Hello?"
little trap.
Wait, what? Can you hear me? And then you find out that it's a
They're
voice
like,
message.
"This
And you're
is my
like,
voicemail."
I hate you.
that's honestly like, cause so what I have to change now. What is gonna be my ringtone though? Like I gotta decide what my ringtone's gonna be, cause it has to be something equally as funny. Cause I'm not retiring going down for real for chump change. All right, we gotta hit something out the park with this one.
It's going down for real is pretty funny.
I don't know. It is pretty funny.
Do you like a song from the Shrek soundtrack? Like, do you like Accidentally in Love?
That's a good one. But I feel like that
Just
one.
like da-na-na-na-na.
That's a
like
really
that
good
one.
song.
I know,
Yeah.
I like that song
That's
too.
a really good song. But I'm trying.
It's like
I
so
don't mind
girly.
it. I don't mind it. That.
If you
Hold on.
were with a girl too, then she'd be like, "Oh, Ethan has a soft side." So it'd be like, so she said, "What's the
Ooh.
problem, babe?" And then she'd be like,
Or-
"Ah, I love that song." It
Or if you want,
What do I do, Paramore?
what?
I should
That's actually yeah. Honestly, that's.
I like
Are
completely
you doing
missed
Misery
time out.
Business too?
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah.
I think Paramore's coming out with a new album.
Really?
I think this year. Don't call me on that, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm down.
I'm pretty sure.
So-
You listened to the new Pusha T album tonight?
Yeah, Katie loves Pusha T.
Yeah.
No, I didn't listen to
Are you
it.
drinking Diet Coke?
Yeah.
No, it's
You-
my
I-
homie.
you stupid.
Come on, man.
It's
Come on.
single for his new song. It's called Diet Coke, but it's not like Coke. It's like.
It's like
What's that?
What's this? I just had a booger. My fault.
the booger sugar.
Booger sugar.
Yeah,
Oh my god, how old
I've heard about it. I just haven't listened to it.
Yeah, I did. I was not expecting you to
I'm-
listen to Pusha T.
It was just.
I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
not,
Nah.
not to disappoint everyone, but
No,
listen-
Katie's not a gang member. I'm sorry, guys.
You listen to Kanye West? I feel like everyone listens to Kanye.
Well, she's from Chicago.
yeah.
I'm from
of course.
Chicago.
Oh, duh. Okay,
It
but
always makes fun of me. Yeah, I like Kanye.
Because the first time,
of
like,
course.
when me and Katie first, like, met at, like, a tower, like, the first
y'all
10
lived in Tower 2. I forgot about that. I was there a year before y'all.
Oh, wait, were you in the living learning community too?
Mm-mm.
Oh, gotcha.
No, me and Katie were in the first 10 conversations I had. She always found a way to sneak in that she was from Chicago. And I'm like, oh my fucking god, like, how many
I'm just nodding his head back there.
Like, how many times-
Anytime anyone asks, they're like, "Where are you from?" And then Ethan always just like, here we
She's
go
from
again.
Chicago.
Here we go
Get
again.
it over with.
But the thing
When
was,
I actually do that. Like, I'll hear a guy hit on her, and it'll be like, like, you don't look like you're from here. Where are you from? And she's like, I live in San Antonio, but I'm originally from Chicago. You'll hear me, like, across the room go,
Oh,
here she fucking...
God damn
so
it.
mean.
How many times are you gonna tell this damn story?
Well, no, I always say, I live in San Antonio, but I'm from Chicago because I used to just say, oh yeah, I live
Yeah.
in San Antonio, and then people would be like, me too, what high school, what like
then
district,
you're like,
and then I'm like, and then I
I
have
did
to
that
be
too.
like, yeah. So because I used to, after a year mark, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I shouldn't say like, I'm from Chicago and I live in Texas now. So after a year, I was like, I'm gonna start saying I'm from San Antonio. But that's why I say I'm from Chicago, but I live in San Antonio. So I went to high school in Chicago, and then people don't ask me what high school I went to. in
I
San
think that's the
Antonio.
biggest thing is that, like, when people, like, say where you're from, you should say where you went to high school with. I think that's the...
So I just say Lockport Township High School in Lockport, Illinois.
No, just say, like, well, that's what I'm
I
saying.
feel like, so if someone asks where you're from, you
say where
like,
you went to high school.
Well,
Wait.
no, because like where
Yo,
you're from.
I've heard that a lot too.
That's
They're
what
like,
you
oh
say,
yeah,
right?
I'm from like Westlake and Austin, or I'm from
Like,
Lake
where you went to high
Travis
school is
or
where you say
whatever.
you're from. For
Yeah.
the rest of your life, you say that's where you're from.
But I can't say I'm from O'Connor.
There you
No
go.
one's gonna know where any.
Of course people do. O'Connor's huge.
I'm from SA. Like, I'm from San. That's what I mean.
If you're from San, I mean, if
You're
you're,
from San Antonio.
yeah,
you
if
know
you're from San
O'Connor.
Antonio, but you don't have any idea where like
No,
that is in San.
but I'm saying this rule mostly applies for people that lived in more than one city.
Okay.
Like, if I lived in my whole before 18, I lived, like, let's say, like, I lived in Kansas, but then I went to Florida. I lived in Miami, and then I went to Dallas, and then I went to Los Angeles. Wherever I went to high school, that's where I said I'm from.
Not necessarily though, because I mean, wouldn't
Those
you
are
say
the
where
forma-
you're from
those
is
are the
like where
formative
you find
years.
home, like where you think home is?
No. Where the formative years of high school is where you say you're from.
I know so many people that have like, I know so many people from Texas, and then they always say like, because they do what I do, and they're like, oh yeah, like I'm originally from Connecticut, but like I live in Texas now. I'm like, oh, how long did you live in Connecticut till? They're like, oh, since I was 6. And I'm like, you moved when you were 6?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
So that's
you're
why,
from Texas.
because so I'm like with
Well, you were
that, but
born
if
in
you,
Connecticut.
I would
that's not
say
where
if
you're
you
from. Though.
lived,
That's not where you were raised. You was
I know,
born
but they're
in
like,
Texas.
but those be like, I'm like, where are you from? They're like, I'm from Connecticut. I'm like, oh, when did you move to Texas? They'll be like 12 years ago. I'm like, okay, like you're like I say like Illinois because I lived there for 17 years. Like I went to high school there. I mean, I've been in Texas for like 3.5 years now, so
Yeah.
it's like enough to where I could be like, I'm from Texas. Like if I travel, I'll be like, oh, I live in Texas. I'm not gonna be like, well, actually, but like I say that to people here just because so many people ask me like, what high school did you go to and blah blah blah, and I'm just like, I want to ignore that question.
Yeah, like,
I hear them.
But yeah, it bugs the crap out of Ethan though.
Okay.
Anytime I say it.
But it's okay. You know what bugs the crap out of both of us? Him yelling, hey, you guys like guys with bachelor's degrees, with associate's degrees? All the time. He does that all the time.
Yeah, when I met him, I remember this so vividly too because we were just, getting acquainted. And he knew that I had a big group of girlfriends and he's like, does any of them like guys have 60 credit hours or freshman year? And he told me, he's like, just let me know. Just let me know. I got my associates. He's like, whatever.
I can show him. I can show him.
And he told me that all the time. I'm like, I'll introduce you to my friends, but like, I ain't gonna actively try anything.
So this is freshman year, right? Mm-hmm. So you've known Ethan since the Matrix era.
Don't call it that.
See, I told you. Everybody calls me that. Like,
no one calls it
Don't
that.
call him that.
You're the only person I've ever heard, because he would always be like, I'm the Matrix. Like, everyone calls me the Matrix. I'm like, no one calls you the Matrix. He's like, but yeah.
He's called me Matrix. He's called me the Blonde Bomber.
No,
when I cut my hair, I was Black Sage. What else?
Wait, why Blonde Bomber?
Because I had blonde hair.
Oh. He was copying me.
Yeah. No, and then what else? Now everybody calls me Young Rottweiler. What else they call me
I've never heard anyone call any of these nicknames. I've only heard you call yourself the Matrix a million times, and then everyone collectively is like, stop calling yourself that. And you just lost like 5 points for calling it the Matrix era. Gage, what was that? You're supporting him. But you're like, you knew him in the Matrix era, so you are supporting him.
Hey, but allegedly nobody calls me.
Nobody calls me the Matrix.
Okay, X is behind the camera. Does anyone else call it that?
Everybody calls me the Matrix.
No.
I mean,
No one calls you the Matrix.
Everybody calls me the Matrix.
I'm just joking with you, Gage.
I know.
But that's what I said. But like that, it's weird. Everybody has a nickname for me. Like I have so many nicknames. Like Bad Boy,
I think you just have more
a
nicknames for yourself.
Big Daddy,
I
Bad
have-
Boy.
No.
I have like 2. One of them I can't say, but
Oh, yeah,
it was
it's our name that we use.
no, not like that. It's just inappropriate. It was like a story that he told me, and he's
We could bleep it out.
oh, okay. He was just.
I know exactly what you're saying. I'm not telling the story. I'm not telling the story. One day, hey, on our Patreon, when we started Patreon, you get.
What were we talking about?
Well, we were talking about, honestly, that was perfect. The story I was just saying, because I was like, cut all that out, and then we just missed that footage.
Oh yeah, y'all got.
Don't even open your.
Come on, guys. I was just kidding.
No, oh my god. I was literally like the whole time like cut this, and our audio cut out was like, yeah.
That's Allah blessing us right
But
there.
we have the video clip of it though, so we'll see.
That's funny. No, but I feel like that's
we won't put it out.
I'm just
that's what I wish
Katie.
I wish Katie would set me up with her friends better. Because I think like a lot of her
Who do you want? I'll put in a good word. They all know you.
Oh, we
like,
cannot do that on the podcast. I might watch this shit.
Oh, they definitely gonna watch
We
it.
cannot do
Wait,
that
we
shit.
can cut it. I'm like so curious.
No. Like all your friends want to talk to me. I feel like I'd be a great boyfriend. I think out of all my friends, I'm the best boyfriend.
No way.
I think it's clear. Like it's clearly me. I'm better than him. He's a piece of shit. Xavier is a piece of shit. Let the record state. He might be bottom 3 for sure.
So
And I don't like to toot my own horn.
I'm definitely ahead of you.
So,
I'm suave, bro. I'm Rico Suave.
All right.
from a girl's perspective, I feel.
All right, so here.
Oh, no.
We're gonna do a list, right? This is what we're gonna do. Out of the 6 guys, who do you think will be the best boyfriends? We're gonna pick all the guys that don't have girlfriends.
Okay.
Who are the guys? So
I'll
you
tell you.
three.
Hold on. Let me think before I say this, so I don't get any of them in trouble by saying one that doesn't have.
Yeah.
That does have a girl, but it doesn't. So us 3. So me, Gage, Xavier, Travis, definitely doesn't have a girlfriend. Dev 5. Dev doesn't have a girlfriend, and I think we need a 6th one.
No, just do those 5.
You knew Nolan.
Nolan.
6.
That's it.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, all the other guys got girlfriends, or they got maybe girlfriends that I'm not getting them in trouble with.
Oh,
so that's
I
6.
don't want them to be mad.
Oh, the maybe girlfriends or these guys?
Huh?
Well, that's good. No,
Yeah,
No,
these
I don't
guys.
want them to be like butthurt. Like if I like
Come
make
on.
fun of them low, and then they're like, "Wow, I thought me and Katie were cool." Like that.
The thing is, that is actually the best impersonation. That's exactly what they're gonna say too. Man, I thought me and Katie was cool.
me and Katie were cool, man.
Yeah, and we'll just preface that like
Who do you
I'm not
think-
most of their time.
No,
and, like,
that's not what you're saying. You're saying who
like,
would be the best Who would be boyfriend material? The best boyfriend material. Not saying the worst one would be boyfriend material.
That wouldn't be boyfriend material, but yeah.
In your opinion,
okay, honestly, like if I was to date, wait, did you guys include?
who?
Never mind. He has a girl.
My whole thing is,
Okay.
I don't know if he got a girlfriend or not.
Yes.
Jared's a busy man. Man, I don't think I got a girlfriend or not.
Okay.
I'm not putting in the show.
I'll just preface this. Love all 6
We're gonna have to edit this shit.
What?
Ashton.
Okay. Okay. I'll just preface it by saying love all 6 of you guys if you guys are watching, and this is just my personal preference.
Katie would date you in another lifetime.
Yeah, different
Each one
lifetime.
will.
This is just personal, and this isn't.
Okay.
And this isn't like a tier list in the sense of like a broad. Like if I was making it general for
It's
everyone,
who's-
it's like for me.
Who's
okay?
best? Who's most boyfriend material
Yeah.
for Katie?
I would put.
Or should we do Katie, or should we just do it as like a woman who's the most boyfriend material between them?
Oh no, because then she's speaking for everybody.
Okay,
yeah.
alright,
This is
alright, for
personal, so that feelings
Yeah.
aren't hurt.
All right, so I'm gonna run down the names one more time.
No, I know the names.
Okay.
Nolan. Well, the 3 of you guys: Nolan, Travis, and Dev. Okay. Okay.
Should we do worst to best?
I'll do worst to best. I would say.
He's shaking the boots right now. He's shaking.
I'm like,
I love this guy, but we
I know
would
exactly-
not
I know
be.
exactly- I know
we would
exactly.
no, you don't. We would not be compatible at all. I'm going to put it at Nolan.
Nolan said,
What?
I knew she was gonna say
I'm
that.
gonna put Nolan just because we have very different personalities, and like I'm not dissing like him and what he does. It's just like
Yeah,
we
that makes sense.
Also, we're both very extroverted and out there, and I think if we were ever together, it would just be chaos.
That's fair.
Like I think I need someone that's like more of like a happy medium, introverted, extroverted guy. I don't want a guy that's like life of the party. I love him as a friend,
Yeah.
but dating him, I think because we're both like blah, like it would be bad. So him.
Only your last, buddy. Sorry.
Then I would put shoot. I'm like debating between back and forth with these two.
I know exactly the two you're gonna say. I know exactly what you're gonna say.
I feel like it's gonna
Katie's
be
being PC. She's gonna say the names that aren't us three. She's gonna keep us three. at the
no,
top three.
genuinely, you guys are at the top 3, but I haven't decided who's the
but we are
best.
closer friends with
Yeah,
you too.
I am.
Yeah.
I think I might put Dev, honestly.
five?
Yeah, I love Dev. But
Understandable.
again, we also have very different personalities too. Like, I don't think we connect like that. Like, we connect as friends, but other than that, I don't think we'd get far. And then I'd put Travis.
Yeah.
And then...
This is where shit's about to go down.
Right? How she went for it like that?
Can I do like a tie between two?
No.
Oh.
No ties on this show. I know she's gonna. I know the order she's gonna pick.
Oh,
No,
shit.
I've got it right every single time. I'm gonna look at the camera and say who she's
No,
gonna pick.
because
third.
I was gonna put a tie between you two because yours are both so different. It's so hard, and I'm close with both of you guys. Like I'm close with you too, but I
Yeah.
hang out with them more.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
I'm
know
looking
the-
at X
I know,
over
you
there.
look X on the camera. I know exactly who's gonna be third. I'll tell you right now.
I don't even know who's gonna be third myself.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll put you third.
Oh shit!
After that, he's
Okay,
just
so I'm third.
making
I'm third.
assumptions. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So me third. Who's first? Gage or X?
I was gonna put Gage because I
Gage
think
is
you're a
second?
happy medium. I think we get along really well, and you're outgoing, but you're also like you're down to chill. You're more reserved. Ethan, love Ethan, but he is very high energy, and I'm high energy. So I think if we were dating, it would be.
It'd be the best 2 months of your life.
But we are so close, and obviously we have like an emotional connection.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would be bad.
Yeah,
and like same with
we'd be
X
great
too.
lovers.
But yeah, I'd probably say you. But I was gonna say a tie between you guys, but then you were like, I know who she's gonna pick, and I was like, I don't even know.
Damn,
but
hey, she.
I was
she
gonna
did
put a
three
tie
for
because
you.
you guys are so different, so I can't really
with you in a
compare.
reverse.
Who did
Yeah.
you think was gonna be third?
Gage.
Me?
Really?
Yeah, I thought so too.
I think because you.
I was
think-
originally gonna do that because I'm like, I know
hey,
Gage's the
let me preface
least
this.
best.
I don't think this is the real order. I think there's another order that Katie will tell that she won't tell us, and that is okay. That is it. There's definitely a
Honestly,
different
I
order.
appreciate the
You guys-
glowing review, by the way.
The glowing review.
Yeah, I'm like all red in the face now. I'm
She's
embarrassed.
blushing.
Yeah.
And also for those who
I
watch,
wouldn't date.
those who watch blind dating, no, we did not go on dates afterwards. Because
No.
Katie's
Yeah.
saying she's been harassed in the streets. She's been catcalled.
Harassed in the street.
Harassed in the streets, yeah, for sure.
Oh my god, yeah, but no, man, it was a fun video. We are gonna do another blind dating one day.
Who are you gonna get on?
One day.
We gotta get randos. because we got half randos this time, random people this time, and I think we did a good job with people that we knew. But I think it's gonna be better if we just do a full random.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can see it.
Thank you for putting that preface out there because I had some people that didn't know me that well and they reached out and they're like, yeah, I watched that. It was like guys that
I was really into you, but the way you carried yourself on the podcast, I just didn't like it.
Well, it was just like, it was weird because like a lot of my close friends didn't even watch it, but just like random guys that I'm like connected through like a friend of a friend. They're just like, yeah, I watched the blind dating thing. Like, did you go on a date with that guy after? And I'm like, no. Like, he offered to pay me, so I'd pick him. And he didn't even pay me.
Say it louder.
He didn't even pay me.
Say it louder. Who did? Let's put a name to this face. Who did it?
His name is Jairus. He goes by J-Dog.
Thank you.
And they put in the alarms. We got him, boys.
Yeah, no, it was like the night before, and he was just like, I have a proposition for you, and I was like, intrigued, keep going. He's like, how about you pick me, and I'll give you $2. And he's like, a whopping $2.
It only takes $2.
I was like, why? I was like, what? Why? He's like, because I wanted to see Ethan in pain, and he's like, I'll raise him to 5. And then he was like, it'll be the best thing ever. It'll cause him misery. It'll crush his ego. And I was like, honestly, I'm down to do something. I'll like fuck it up. I was like, I don't care.
It really did crush my ego. Like, I knew something was up for the jump.
Yeah.
I smelled it. I said,
also,
I smell like rats.
It was hard because I literally knew everybody.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I picked, like, you weren't on it, but like, if I picked Ethan, it would be like so obvious.
Yeah.
I was gonna pick Travis, but Travis was giving the most outlandish, horrible answers. That's what was keeping him because he was funny, but if I picked him, I think everyone would be like, that girl doesn't respect herself. I'm like, I can't pick him. Jairus at least gave like, he was the only one that wasn't joking around.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll pick him. Obviously, we didn't go on a date or anything.
Yeah,
he's just a homie.
I'm glad you've gotten to join the podcast and set the record straight.
I should have won that bitch. I should have won it. I got robbed.
Didn't Gage pick you?
Yeah, wifey.
I didn't get picked once. I was.
Shut up! No way.
He choked all the
I did choke because I choked with.
Who were you on? Like,
he made the most finals. You made 4.
I made it to like 3 finals. I think.
You
right?
choked.
Like between final 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I lost it. Xavier.
But like in your defense,
I lost
it's
it.
like
It was Emily. It was Emily because it was me and X. I think were the final 2, right?
We lost a different one. I won.
No, Emily picked Ethan.
Yeah, I won a rando.
Oh, then who am I thinking of then? Who? You and me were the final 2.
It was me and you, and then you and Jairus.
Oh, yeah, me and Jairus, and then
Wait.
I think I had another one with Travis too.
So you were like always. It's also hard too because it's like you have to be funny and witty on the spot, and sometimes it takes a while too, especially when it's forced. Like anytime I try to be funny and like write a line, that's why sometimes I give some guys a little bit of credit when they try and write a funny line. I'm like, I couldn't have probably done that.
That's fair.
So I'm like, I mean, if it's creepy, then I'm like, ew, no. But sometimes you got to give credit where it's due. I can't forcefully be funny, you know. It just has to happen. I mean, I'm not even that funny, but it has to happen naturally and organically. Anytime I try and force a joke, everyone's just like, ugh. It's just cringy and awkward for me.
That's
I
fair.
can't be like that.
That's fair. I mean, I think it's about putting yourself out, but not trying too hard.
Yeah,
you know,
you can tell who's like trying way too hard. Are you on your phone?
No.
Yeah, he's literally just on Instagram. He's like completely
like podcast to do.
He's just like, I don't even want to listen to them talk. Like whatever.
For those that's wondering, there's a Mavericks game going on right now, and I'm heavily invested right now. But
they're up by a lot.
Yeah, I know. Well, what else? We've touched on Texas State Sirens. We touched on DMs. The creepy guys hitting KD up in the DMs.
Yeah, we didn't read the ones from Instagram, but that's okay. They're not entertaining. But just the ones that are persistent, like, hey, be my Valentine.
Yeah.
You look hot in this photo. Why aren't you answering me? What's your Snapchat? And I'm like, still not answering it.
Okay, so let's do some like situational, like, I guess, from a guy's point of view, how would you want this guy to send you a message? We'll start with like.
We talked about it though. She said, just be confident.
Well, I'm saying like in a specific.
All right, so
I guess like I'm saying like what's
Okay,
right, you want me to like interrupt and like like if it's Bob?
Yeah. All right. So this is what we're gonna do, right?
Okay.
We'll start off.
Or do you want me to like wait and then
like you posted? Let's say you posted a bikini picture on Instagram, right? Yeah.
Okay.
And me and Gage both swiped up.
Okay.
Which one is gonna have the better response? Ready?
No.
Go first.
Okay, this is all
You want me to
theoretical.
go
This
first?
is gonna happen.
Oh shit! You kind of put me on the spot.
Yeah,
bro.
he really did. He's just like, okay, this is scenario,
the thing is-
go.
So see, I wouldn't slide up on a bikini pic.
Oh my fucking.
I mean, I would. I'll be honest. I'll like it, but I'm not gonna message you off of that one. I'll wait until you post a cute winter selfie, slide up, and be like.
When I'm in Chicago, like at the bean downtown.
Yeah, see something like that.
For me, it's time.
Against the beam.
Oh my god! Last time I was in Chicago, like I haven't been to the bean in so long because it's so touristy and I've been to it a million times.
When I come visit you in Chicago, I'm swear to God, I'm taking like 30 pictures next to that bean.
Yeah, no, because the bean, it's just like once you've gone, and I used to go all the time.
Yeah.
Like when I was in
like
high school. Yeah, it's like the Alamo for sure. Yeah. So me and my friends, we never go to the bean, but on St. Patrick's Day, my friends were like, "What do you want to do, Katie?" And I was like, "Can we go see the bean?" And they're like, "Are you for real?" And I was like taking like pictures of the bean. They're like, "Don't you have a million of these?" And I was like, "Yes, but I wanted my moment right now." And they were like, "I'm not taking pictures of you at the bean. Like this is embarrassing."
Yeah, like,
just because like that's the most touristy picture you could ever take.
Yeah.
And we took our prom photos at the bean. Like I have a million photos at the bean. I don't need to go back. But just something was like creeping inside of me, and it was like, see, Patty C was like, go to the beach. I don't know why.
Okay, so
but it was fun.
Yeah, all right. So since Gage won't swipe up with no bikini pics.
No, I said I'll swipe up.
So
So
you don't
I'll
have cojones to swipe up with no damn bikini pics.
You said nice bikini.
Nice bikini. Yeah, that's lame. With that,
No,
I feel like
that's
that
so creepy.
Oh no, I would go. Okay,
for
the situation, if I did have to slide up on the bikini pic, I would say something along the line. I go more of the respectful route. So I go I would say something like. See, the thing is, I'm just not creative when it comes to DMs. I'm like, for me, I like talking to girls in person. Like the DMs just don't work for me.
Also, if a guy's messaging me on a bikini pic, I'd be like, red flag. That's a bad scenario.
Yeah, my favorite thing is money bags. You go comment money bags on every picture, and then what she does is she DMs you, hey, what do those money bags mean? And we're in the fucking clear, because those money bags don't mean nothing, but you look good. But it's a conversation starter.
Honestly, that is like a good emoji to use where it's not just like heart eyes or like the flaming hot emoji or any sexual emoji. It's just saying like, I actually don't hate that, because I'd probably be like, yo, what does that mean? And be like,
damn,
you know,
hey,
I mean, it's hard for a bikini picture. Like, I was literally thinking of saying like, oh, I was like, are you traveling? But I'm like, most of the time people, I mean, I'm thinking of
money bags,
living in Illinois and wearing a bikini and traveling, but Texas people wearing bikinis literally every flipping day. Like,
to be fair though,
I don't know.
money bags work under any picture because it's the same response.
So if it was me, like theoretically eating McDonald's on my Instagram
But
story.
money bags. McDonald's?
McDonald's? What are you talking about?
Where'd you get that from?
I don't know. It's just first. I don't know.
I don't know either. Well, we're getting towards the end, Katie. So we do want to give you your chance to
PSA.
Our PSA, yes!
Oh my god.
It's our PSA.
Okay, so when we recorded the last 2 episodes, we have struggled to figure out what the name of this segment was, even though we have like 30 videos of us doing this PSA segment.
Oh god, I'm nervous.
So,
I don't know what this
PSA.
is.
No, all you got to do is get something off your chest. Anything that
Your
you want
public
to tell the
service
general people who are watching this video.
Any agendas you need to spread.
It could be a general message about love or positivity or something like that. That's what Brock Sturgis
I
did.
wasn't gonna do positivity. Now I
Fuck
look like
positivity.
a bad person. I was like, then you're like positivity, and I'm like, that was not my
That's lame
first
as
thought.
fuck. No,
But I mean, that's like what Are We Recording stands for. So like, add a little something to. Well,
I think our recording stands for like extreme sexual energy. I think that's like what we really like put out there in the world.
all right, Katie, go ahead.
Do your
Go ahead.
PSA.
The floor is yours.
The floor is yours. Do you need a second to think? I can give you some examples of what we did.
I don't know. The first thing that just kind of came to my mind is just people walking slow as fuck in public. Like, it is just the biggest.
My
It just pisses me off. And then when you pass them, then they get mad at you. And I'm like, walk faster. And I get so, like, it just, I don't know. And I'm a pretty, like, chill. Like, a lot of things don't really upset me. But slow walkers, man. And I just normally, I mean, you guys walk really slow. But, like, I'm, like, always going.
Not wrong.
No, they walk, like,
They do
literally
walk
2
really
miles. Like,
slow.
it's crazy. Because it's, like, I'll go out with, like, 8 of them. And, like, I'm just, like, walking at a normal pace. And then they're just, like, 20 feet behind me, and I'm like, where did they go? And we lost, like, we're fast. I lost them so many times.
I'll say
She's a live
pretty
girl.
fast.
No, I'm not.
I see.
They were like, are you trying to run a marathon? God damn, Katie. And I'm like, you guys walk so slow.
Okay, I see.
And it's just like a herd of 8 people walking. Like,
It actually looks nuts. It's like 8 black guys walking behind, like chasing after this white girl. It looks like I'm
like, where's Katie? I'm just like, pew, pew, pew. Like,
all right, since it's your PSA, I'm not gonna argue about this, but I wanted to check out. If you ever catch Katie walking around, she walks fast than a motherfucker. We all walk.
No, Katie,
we all walk at a normal pace.
What you're talking about.
Ridiculously fast. And even compared to her other friends, like we'll walk with her other friends, like in a group of 10 of them, she's always in the front. She's always.
I have long legs.
Can you take like 2 paces back, like just so we can like just go?
Hey.
Why do I have to like cut myself down to be comfortable towards you guys?
Why do I have to conform to what a man wants to do?
Excuse me? You said it better than I said it. That's awesome.
Because I'm a feminist.
Oh, for sure.
We're feminists now.
We're feminists.
Yeah.
This just solidified it for sure. Yeah, I don't know. That was the first one that came to my mind.
No, I think
you were like,
great.
you have a PSA, and then I was like thinking of that, and then you were like positivity, and I was like, I could say
no, I think
be yourself because everyone else is taken, but
yeah, that was
I'm
great.
joking. That's so cheesy. I mean, it's true, but like. I could have said a cheesy line like that, but I was speaking from the heart.
No,
I can't deal with slow walkers, and I can't deal with the eyes, like where they get mad. I'm like, I'm sorry, I have to go.
Yeah,
I have to be places.
Well, yeah, why are you judging me for walking faster?
Yeah.
Like, if you want to walk slow, that's your business, but don't be in my way.
It'd be different and just and it's the worst when you're driving too, especially on campus, and it's like school hours. And then people don't even look both ways when they cross the street. It blows my mind. I'm like, who? Like,
I
what?
know.
And then they just like walk literally like a turtle, like so slow, and they don't even look at any cars.
Shit off about this.
I know, for real. Like people, they don't even look both ways. They don't even look one way. They're like on their phones and they're walking so slow. And I'm like, go. And then I'm like, it just pisses me off.
That might be the most passionate PSA.
I know. Hey, hold on. Hey, Xavier, you have a comment?
And you guys can feel the heat coming from the camera.
With slow walkers. I can't.
We're good.
Or just people just not paying attention when they're walking.
Yeah.
Eyes up, okay? Stop being on your phone. Stop that.
See, I think that's a good message.
I'm never looking at
Stop,
phones when
because you
people
could
are
get hit by a car for real. Like, don't do it.
Yeah, and don't let us catch you get hit by a car.
Yeah, someone got hit.
That would go on to TikTok.
Someone got hit by a car at my work the other day too. A guy on a bike. Someone.
I'm not even gonna lie, but guys on shout out Khaled, but guys on bikes instead of get hit on the bike sometimes. They be acting booky.
No, not like not a motorcycle. I'm talking about like a bicycle.
Oh, especially them.
A bicycle.
Especially
got
bicycles.
hit. Not a motorcycle.
They be moving reckless. Like, bro, y'all know I can just throw a rock and fuck this whole shit.
Wait, do you guys like motorcycles? I don't like motorcycles.
They're dangerous.
Yeah, that's why I don't
feel
like them.
If they weren't so dangerous, I would definitely ride them.
Yeah, I mean, I'd ride more so in an unsafe car than a motorcycle. Like, you know, like convertibles or what are those 3-wheelers called? Like,
those
look cool. Yeah, I don't know. I feel more safe in a
slingshots.
car because, I mean, I know motorcycles are stable, but the 2-wheel thing, I don't know.
Yeah.
And you just have nothing protect you around it. Freaks me out.
Yeah.
I couldn't go on one. I think I'd freak out.
Today was a great episode, man.
I think so too, man.
I think it's been worth the wait because Katie been ducking and running from us.
I wasn't trying to.
No, she wasn't trying.
I was supposed to go on last week, and then I got sick, so.
Yeah.
It happens.
And then the week before was like
I missed episode because I got an STD, so it all. Happens to all of us.
All right. Well, that's gonna be it for our show, Katie. Thank you so much for joining again. We really appreciate it, and our first mukbang too.
Our first mukbang.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for having me. It's been fun.
Also, if you want to know more about the sirens, any women out there, any men that identify as women, you want to find them in the description down below. You can join Katie's org. Also, if you want to slide in Katie's DMs, her ads and stuff will be in
you know how to approach me now. Send me a funny joke.
That's how you do it. That's how you put no attachment ones. Attachment ones is saved for the second message, not the first one.
Yeah.
All
Follow me on Instagram and TikTok too.
Yeah, Katie's TikToks are almost as good as mine.
Oh, for sure.
They're definitely better
I'm
than
trying to
Jairus's.
post more stuff. So, thank y'all for having me. It's been fun.
All right. Well, that's been it for our recording. It's been the young Rottweiler, Ethan Hamilton. And I've been Gage Sutton 007. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Peace.
I'd be a great boyfriend. I think out of all my friends, I'm the best boyfriend.
No way.
I think it's clear. Like, it's clearly me. I'm better than him. He's a piece of shit.